The Valley of the Headless Men is a name that evokes fear and fascination in equal measure. This mysterious region lies deep within the remote wilderness of the Northwest Territories of Canada, in what is today known as Nahanni National Park Reserve. To many, the park is simply a stunning expanse of rugged beauty, soaring cliffs carved by the South Nahanni River, thunderous waterfalls, narrow gorges, and dense forests. But beneath its breathtaking scenery lies a web of history, legend, and unexplained events that have puzzled explorers, indigenous peoples, cryptozoologists, and paranormal investigators for more than a century. Long before Europeans ventured into these northern lands, the indigenous Dene peoples had stories about a tribe called the Naha. According to Dene oral tradition, the Naha were a powerful and feared people who lived in the mountains and valleys of this region. They were described as fierce warriors, and neighboring tribes spoke of them in hushed tones. Some say the Naha raided distant camps and vanished into the wilderness, leaving no trace. Others believed that the Naha faced a terrible fate, suffering a curse or spiritual downfall that led to their extinction. The details vary between tellings, but the consistent theme is that the valley was a place of danger and spiritual consequence, and many native elders warned against traveling into its depths. When prospectors and explorers began pushing into northern Canada in the late 1800s and early 1900s, they too heard whispers about this forbidding valley. The promise of gold and adventure drew many into the Northwest Territories, where the terrain was among the harshest on the continent. In 1906, two brothers, Frank and Willie McLeod, set out into this wilderness seeking fortune. They were experienced outdoorsmen, but the landscape they entered was merciless. For 2 years, no one heard from them, and concern grew among friends and family who had expected their return. In 1908, a group of searchers finally located the brothers' remains near Headless Creek in Dene Valley. Both men had been killed, and most disturbing of all, both were found without their heads. Their skulls were never recovered, and there was no definitive explanation as to how they had died or why their heads were missing. Some of the search party's accounts describe the bodies as still wrapped in sleeping bags, as though the brothers had been taken by surprise while resting. Whether by human hands, predator activity, or something else entirely, the mystery of the missing skulls was the beginning of the valley's infamy. Only a few years later, in 1917, another prospector named Martin Jorgensen was found dead near his burned cabin. Jorgensen was a Swiss gold seeker who had built a small cabin deep in the wilderness in the broader Nahanni region. When a search party discovered his charred cabin and skeletal remains, his head was missing as well. Once again, the circumstances of the death were unclear. No signs of struggle were evident, and the location of the missing skull was never determined. Decades later, in 1945, another similar death occurred. A prospector was found dead near the Nahanni region, once again without his head. The pattern of these unsettling discoveries, bodies found with no skulls and no solid explanation, captured the imagination of those who heard the tales. Reports of disappearances and unexplained deaths began to grow, some drawing in rumors and speculation that strayed far from verifiable fact. Official investigations at the time, including inquiries by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, examined the evidence closely. In the absence of hard proof of anything supernatural, investigators tended to favor explanations rooted in environmental danger or animal activity. Grizzly bears, known for scavenging on carcasses, were often cited as a possible cause for missing body parts. Bear predation can be violent and destructive, particularly when bears feed on human remains. Some investigators also cited other predators, exposure, or accidents as plausible explanations for these deaths in such unforgiving terrain. Skeptics have long maintained that natural explanations suffice for the known cases. The Nahanni region is home to unpredictable weather, steep canyon walls that can cause fatal falls, and wildlife capable of mutilating remains. High winds, hypothermia, and disorientation can claim lives quickly in such isolated country. Once a body lies exposed, scavengers can strip flesh rapidly, and in the chaotic process of decomposition and predation, bones, including skulls, can become separated and carried away. Such explanations do not depend on extraordinary forces or unseen beings. Yet for every rational explanation offered, there have been stories and testimonies that resist tidy closure. One account from the 1920s tells of a prospector named Angus Hall who walked away from his group on a single day's hike and was never seen again. Searchers followed his footprint trail until it abruptly ended in the mud, as though he simply vanished. Other reports describe burned cabins without occupants, eerie noises echoing through the canyons at night, strange lights flickering among the trees, and unexplained howls that resemble no known animal. Many of these stories come from hearsay or second-hand accounts, and while they lack verified documentation, they have nonetheless become part of the broader valley legend. Beyond local lore, paranormal researchers have proposed theories that push beyond conventional explanation. Some suggest that the Valley of the Headless Men may be what is known in fringe circles as a liminal space, a location where the boundaries between dimensions or realities are thin. According to this idea, certain places on Earth might intersect with other planes of existence, allowing entities or energies to cross through. In this model, the unexplained disappearances, strange lights, and eerie sounds are viewed as manifestations of forces or beings that do not conform to ordinary physical laws. Other paranormal theories draw on the notion of a surviving remnant of the original Naha tribe. While mainstream anthropology finds no evidence that such a group continued to exist into the modern era, the idea resonates with those who consider the possibility of isolated populations remaining undetected in remote wilderness. Such a group, the theory goes, might fiercely protect its territory and react to outsiders with violence. This explanation, though speculative, connects the indigenous oral traditions to the modern mystery narrative in a direct way. Cryptid enthusiasts also weigh in with their interpretations. Many believe that the valley could be home to an undiscovered species of large, bipedal creature similar to those reported in other wilderness areas around the world. Descriptions attributed to these sightings include massive footprints, distant figures glimpsed among the trees, and guttural sounds that do not resemble any known animal. For believers, such a creature could account for some of the unexplained deaths and disappearances, though no definitive physical evidence of such beings has ever been produced. Other speculative explanations include the survival of unknown predators, creatures thought to be extinct or previously undiscovered by science. Proposals range from prehistoric bear-dog hybrids to massive wolf-like animals that could have adapted to the dense forest and rugged canyons. None of these theories are supported by confirmed zoological evidence, yet in the absence of complete answers, they remain part of the tapestry of speculation that surrounds the valley. Within the scientific community, the consensus remains that the known cases of death and disappearance are best explained by the harsh realities of wilderness survival and animal activity. But the Valley of the Headless Men has also become a part of popular culture, a symbol of the unknown and a reminder that even in an age of satellite imaging and global mapping, there remain places on Earth where mysteries persist. Today, Nahanni National Park Reserve is a protected area valued for its ecological significance and cultural heritage. It draws adventurers, kayakers, hikers, and nature lovers who come to witness its waterfalls, mountains, and wildlife. Access to the more remote canyons is still difficult, requiring careful planning and respect for both natural hazards and local indigenous traditions. For those drawn to unexplained phenomena, the Valley of the Headless Men remains one of the most intriguing locations in North America. Its blend of historical mystery, indigenous lore, unexplained events, and speculative theory creates a narrative that continues to captivate. The valley endures as a place where questions outnumber answers, and where the silent wilderness keeps its secrets deep within the canyons and forests. Subscribe to Paranormal Depths for the strangest and most compelling cases from around the world.